What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be listening to Joji's new album, Ballads 1. I'm not really familiar with Joji, with his music. I'm really hoping to enjoy this project. A lot of you guys recommended him to me, and so I figured he just dropped his album today. Might as well make this video and see how you guys respond to it, see how I respond to his music, and maybe we'll delve into more of his stuff if this turns out to be good. Also, I'm thinking about doing a reaction to Mick Jenkins' new album, Pieces of a Man. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in seeing that, because if not, then I'll just listen to it on my own time. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to say subscribe to the channel if you have not. We would love to have you. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting so far. Follow me on all my social media, become a patron on Patreon, like the video, and hit me up. Talk to me in the comments section. Let me know what you guys are thinking about these videos. And yeah, that's really about it. Let's just get right into it. This is Joji, Ballads 1. Track 1 is Attention.
So quick you could eat my dust. Now would you baby?
He's got a unique voice. Wow, a little bit of distortion here now, adding some color to the track. It's got a really nice vibe to it. Reminds me a little bit of Hosier. Alright, so yeah, it's a really quick track. It looks like he's seeking attention from a person who he is interested in, and he's not getting that attention. It's a relatable concept. I mean, we've all been there before, right? You know, musically, as an introduction to this project, it's interesting, but it's not like really drawing me in all that much. It's got a really nice vibe to it. His voice reminds me a lot of Hosier, or however you would like to say it. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I think that he's got a very decent skill set right now to play around with already. The production was really cool. I like that they added a little bit of distortion to bring that warmth to the track. You know, just enough to bring a little bit of warmth to it and really make it feel nice. So that's really what I think about that. It was just 2 minutes long, so track 2 is Slow Dancing in the Dark. This is gonna slap late night. Wow. Whoa. You hear this this production right now? You know, their use of like synthesizers really makes this feel like it's one of those 80s or 90s love ballads, you know, from classic rock bands. I love that they're including that. It really gives it that whole vibe. And his delivery on this chorus is really passionate. It's really raw and emotional. And I think that this right now is kind of surprising to me, because I wasn't expecting this vibe to him, you know? A lot of you guys recommended him to me, and so I thought he would be a hip-hop artist. And it'll be really impressive if he actually is, and this is just some versatility on his part. He's able to do both rap and do this. Yeah, this has really been cool so far. I like this. It's always nice to be surprised. This is beautiful, dude. I love the plucking sounds. Oh yeah. There's lots of emotion bottled up right here. Oh, that was beautiful, that little harp sound. This is really dope, dude. Really dope. You know, the concept to this track is a lot like Slow Dancing in a Burning Room by John Mayer, where he talks about basically you love this person, right? And so you're slow dancing, but you're doing it in a burning room, and that burning room symbolizes your actual relationship with that person. So that's kind of what it's like to want to be with someone and to not be able to, because the relationship might be toxic, or it just might not be for you, and it's like crumbling around you, even though you want it really badly. To want something to work so badly and to just have it not work out for a number of reasons. It's painful, you know, but it's always a great learning experience whenever things go wrong. And that's the way that you should look at it. I'm loving the production on this so far. I'm loving the vibes. I'm loving the way that he sings. He's so relaxed. He's so laid back. He really amps it up a little bit into the hooks, into the choruses, to really bring that emotion out of you. But so far, it's just been really nice. You know, that's just, it's just been such a nice project to listen to, you know? Track 3 is Test Drive. A little bit of a trap feel to this now with the hi-hats. Oh yeah. Oh, this is wavy, dude. This is like Post Malone vibes. That piano in the background is so smooth. This is great. I love this vibe. Waiting on the ones who didn't fight. I told you not to waste my fucking time. This track is impressive to me for a few reasons. One, of course, is his actual performance. You know, when he goes into that pre-chorus, you go and jump through hoops, know how many lines you'll do. He hits some pretty high notes, you know, he's hitting them pretty cleanly. I know that there's most likely a little bit of auto-tune, vocal processing and all that, but for the most part, it doesn't sound like the auto-tune is doing too much work to keep him where he's supposed to be, so he's hitting them pretty flawlessly, and those aren't easy notes to hit. But the reason that this is even more impressive to me is that this beat's pretty simple, and this is something that Post Malone does a lot too, really well. This beat's really simple, and you have to fill out this beat with your performance, with your voice, and doing it on one take is not enough. You have to go back and do background vocals and do harmonies, because it'll sound too bland if you don't. And Post Malone is masterful at doing that. He'll go back and add 3 or 4 different harmony parts into a chorus or into a hook to really fill out a simple beat. And he did that really well here, and I didn't, know that he could do this. Especially not being familiar with things that he had done before. Again, I like the vibe, I like that it's wavy. The production, like I said, it's nice, it's simple, it's understated, and the focus is on his voice and how well he can fill it out with all those different ad-libs, harmonies, background vocals, things like that. So it's a really well executed track. I enjoyed it. Track 4 is Wanted You. I'm loving this guitar already. This is kind of reminding me a lot of, this almost sounds like something that Pink Floyd would do, Just the way that this sounds right now. Not the drum pattern. The drum pattern doesn't sound very Pink Floyd-ish, but just the way that his vocals are sounding with this guitar almost sounds like a Pink Floyd introduction of some sort. This is so smooth. This could use a bareface feature. I'm saving this album. I want to listen to it again later. I love this whole vibe. This whole soft rock feel is just awesome. One thing I'm really enjoying about these tracks so far is that the song structures are structured like 80s rock ballads, which means that they're fairly simple: verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. The focus isn't necessarily on complicated lyricism or anything like that. It's just on the vibe that the track is giving off. It's very production oriented. It's about setting a mood, and his delivery, his performance really just adds to it. And so that's something that I'm really enjoying, is the fact that all of these songs could really be played late at night to just relax to. It's always tough making these types of videos for albums like this because, a lot of you guys like hype reactions, you like to see, Big Quint jumping around and dancing like crazy, breaking chairs, and you can't really do that to an album like this. So it's tough to express to you guys how much I'm actually enjoying this, but I'm really appreciating his attention to detail here in the way that he's using his voice to create this mood along with the fairly simple production to set this really nice vibe for this project. Track 5 is Can't Get Over You, featuring Clams Casino. Hold up, because I don't want to talk over him, but I want to talk about this production right now. Apparently, Clams Casino is the producer, or actually, hold on, let me give credit where it's due. Roger, I'm gonna butcher this. Chahayed, I think. Chahayed, forgive me if I butchered that. Clams Casino and Thundercat. So right now, this production is just so choppy. It's so groovy. They're playing around with the bass line. They're playing around with these. They almost sound like strings being plucked really quickly. So almost like a harp, but it's just a really quick pluck, you know? The guitar, you know, is also doing this little really choppy riff, but it all just is meshing together to create this really fun, kind of like dance track almost. It really creates this really fun sounding track that I am really enjoying. I will say, after listening to that chorus, I think that the production is probably the better part of the song here. I think that hook could have been a little better, and I don't know what could have made it better, but I think that it didn't mesh exactly as well as it could have, if that makes any sense. But this production is definitely it. It's so dope. Come on. Alright, so that track is 1 minute and 47 seconds long. I'm going to treat it like it's an interlude. I think that it's really fun, it's really quick, and that's really all I'm about to say about it because, again, there's not too much substance there. It's a little love track, and it sounds really nice. So, next track is Yeah Right. Whoa! I love the reverb. Wow. I love this whole wavy feel to this track. Yeah, this is really smooth. I like this. This is really nice. Yeah. These gold diggers, man. I'm loving that really soft violin, man. Really. So in this one, he's going through this breakup, I think. And he's dancing around in a club. He's talking to this girl who really doesn't really care about him. He says she's just feeling his ice, so like she's probably only there for the money, for the things that he has. But it sounds like he doesn't really care because he's rebounding, I think, after his breakup that happened on the earlier tracks. It's a great track. It's a really nice vibe. I enjoyed it. I love that really soft violin. Adds so much color. Even though it's so low, a lot of people might not even notice it. It just adds that little oomph to the track, you know? It just fills out the rest of the production. This is track 7, Why Am I Still in LA? Is that a xylophone? It sounds so dope. Wow. Oh boy, it's sad boy hours. Let's go. Oh, that guitar. Whoa, the switch up. Let's go. You know, a lot of you guys might not know them. The 1975. He's also got that kind of pop rock air about him. Actually, I think the 1975 are dropping an album next month. I'll most likely do a reaction to that. That might be the first like rock or indie pop or indie rock or whatever reaction that I do. Let me know if you guys would like to see more of those too. Reactions to like bands. But yeah, he's got that like whole the 1975 air about him. Really nice. Oh, perfect way to drop it off. With the xylophone? Kidding me? Let's go. Yeah, this is really experimental. It's really, really awesome. Yeah, I love this. Man, this guy's really surprising. I love that experimental pop rock indie feel to this track. I think it's fantastic. Next track is No Fun. I accidentally closed out of Spotify, my bad.
Fuck my friends, they're gone.
Whoa!
They all left one by one. And now the summer's done, not on. Then I keep to myself. Fuck with
whole vibe is different with this track. Oh, this is so fun. The little vocal sample in the background is so tight.
I look so good and green. I run.
He's got a Khalid vibe to him here on this track. This is dope. Yeah, so I mean, you know, he drove all his friends away, basically, is what I think he's trying to say. He says he basically pushed them all away. And he knows it's his fault, but he doesn't care. He thinks they're no fun for not sticking around. They all left one by one. But the track in itself is just such a feel-good track. It's so fun. Which is ironic, because it's called No Fun. And I think that that's intentional as well. It's dope. I like it. Alright, so the next track is Come Through. Yeah. This has got such a nice vibe to it, dude. Yeah. This is so dope. Turning the velocity down on the auto-tune really added a nice effect to this. I love that rim shot. Really reverberant. This beat's so dope. Again, another really wavy track, another really great track to vibe to. Like I said, turning the velocity down on his voice on the auto-tune for the hook really adds a really nice effect to it. His performance on the actual verse is really dope. I like the way that he mumbles a little bit so that you can kind of not understand what he's saying, just because, I don't know, something about the way that he does it really adds to the track instead of taking away. I feel like if his enunciation was better, it would detract from this track, you know what I mean? So I like it. I think it's really, really nice. Track 10 is R.I.P. Up the octave, really cool. Joji does a way better job of filling out the track than Trippy did here. And like I said, it's the extra layers of vocals. Yeah, look, like I said, it's a really nice track. That one is a little, I don't want to say boring, but it's not as fleshed out, it's not as interesting as the other tracks. I wouldn't say it's boring. I would still listen to it. You know, I wouldn't skip it if it came on. It's just a little less interesting, but it's quick. Like I said, Joji does a better job of filling out the track, the production with his vocals. Trippie Redd, one take. Well, I don't know if it was one take, but with one layer of vocals on the track, the beat kind of feels empty around him. Whereas when Joji comes in with extra harmonies and extra layers of vocals, it sounds more full. So I feel like Trippie Redd could have worked on that a little bit, even though I know that's not really his style. But maybe a little reverb on his voice could have helped with that if he only wanted to do one layer of vocals. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Next track is XNXX. I don't really know how he expected me to say that. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Time is going slow and I don't mind. Yeah. Tell me if you know I'm really found. Yeah. Fuck around a bit and get it right.
Yeah, this is nice. I like this. It's wavy. I like this production. Again, Post Malone vibes from it. And I like Post Malone, so this is really cool.
That's another mile away. Another night, a lot more days.
Yeah.
Hard to think about you anymore. But I'll keep you in my mind always. Stop fighting. I won't be around you anymore. In a dream where you feel alone. I really wanna run around. Yeah.
Really smart making the verse short and going into the hook, because the hook is where the song is most interesting in this case. So here, I don't really know why he's asking this girl to stay away, since he was complaining about being lonely earlier on in the project. But you know, different tracks for different moods, I guess. But yeah, like I said, really smart keeping that verse short, because the most interesting part of this 2-minute track is the hook, is the melody. It's the part that people are going to be singing, and so keeping the verse short keeps people interested. Making the track short keeps people interested. And I feel like he's done that really well so far with this project as a whole, because it's really hard to keep people interested when most of your songs are slow songs, especially in today's climate where people are so quick to move on to the next anything, you know, Instagram, move on to the next photo, YouTube, move on to the next video. Keeping your tracks short and your albums short really makes people listen to it and stay interested in it, I feel. And yeah, he's done that extremely well, exceptionally well on this project so far. We're going to go on to the last track, which is I'll See You in 40, and we'll get into the actual review afterwards. That's a Kanye effect, using that distortion on the vocal. Really cool way it sounds with the ukulele and the other vocals. Sounds really nice. Reminds me of Runaway by Kanye West. He does the same thing with his voice. Oh! Oh, I love that! Yeah! I love that distorted snare. This is nice. I like it. So, Ballads 1 by Joji is an extremely enjoyable project. I thoroughly enjoyed myself listening to it. I wasn't expecting this type of music, as I said earlier. I thought that he might have been a hip-hop artist, but again, very pleasantly surprised, extremely talented, you know, at filling out the beats. His beat selection is very intentional. It feels like every single beat was crafted to fit his style. He was able to use every single one to its maximum potential. You know, really good at filling out the tracks with the background vocals, harmonizing. His whole vibe is just tremendous. I'm going to be showing this project to my girlfriend, actually, because she would love it, honestly. She doesn't like a lot of the stuff that I listen to. She's not really too into hip-hop a lot. She likes trap and R&B and, you know, stuff like that. But she's going to love this project. So that says something. If it's a project that I'm going to show to someone else, you know, that means that you enjoyed it. That means that you really like it. And I don't really know what else I could say about this. I think it's tremendous. I think it's great for late night. If you want to put it on, vibe to it. It's really wavy. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, hit me up on my social media, become a patron on Patreon. The links are all in the description if you would like to follow me or become a patron. Let me know in the comments if you guys would like that Mick Jenkins reaction. And man, I can't talk today. Something's wrong with me. Thank you all for watching again. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.